Young. How come I'm never able to identify where it's coming from? I'd make a candle out of it if I ever found it. Try to sell it, never sell out of it. I probably only sell one. Maybe to my brother, cause we have the same nose, same clothes, homegrown, a stone's throw from Greek we used to roam. But it would remind us of when nothing really mattered. Out of student loans and treehouse homes, we all would take the ladder. My name's Barry.
Good morning and welcome to the 2017-2018 school year. My name is Mr. Moore and I'm proud to be your new principal. I'm very excited to be here, and as someone who has grown up and lived in St. Thomas for most of my life, I am well aware that all that Arthur Voden has to offer and the great strong traditions this school has. This is a great school, and this is a start to what I hope will be a fantastic school year. I know the teachers and EAs are ready to go. The office staff has worked all summer to get things ready for you, and the custodial staff has done a great job getting the building ready for another year. My sincere thanks to all of them. So as this year begins, listen to what the adults in this building have to say to you. They want to help. They know how to help. They know how to get you what you want, and they know how to help you be successful. So listen to what the adults have to say. Follow the code of conduct, which we'll talk about more in a minute. Make good decisions and do your best. I want you to be successful. I have, as I've told the staff, absolutely no interest in being average, none whatsoever. I want this school to be a leader not only in St. Thomas, but also in the entire Thames Valley School Board. So if you have any good ideas, some things that this school may need, please come and see me and we can talk about them. I look forward to meeting many of you as I walk through the halls as we start the year. Thanks to everyone for being here. We're going to have a great year, have a great start to the year, and I now turn you over to our fantastic Vice Principal, Mrs. Jacoby.
Hello, Vikings. I'd like to go over our Code of Conduct with you. The Code of Conduct is listed in your student handbook, which you have a copy of, and it's also on our website. I have a top 10 of some items that are really important in order to help you be successful here in the school year. So, number 10, our technological devices. Capturing digital and film images without the express permission of somebody in the building is prohibited. You may not stream or electronically share digital images or film without the express permission of the person who's in that. Teachers have the right to determine when students are allowed to use electronic devices in the classroom. That's their job. Number 9, smoking. Under the Smoke-Free Ontario Act, students are prohibited from smoking on school property. Smoking can lead to a fine of over $300. You can get a fine of $450 for distributing tobacco to a minor. That means if you hand a cigarette to somebody else, then you can be charged $450. Or even holding lit tobacco in school grounds can lead to a charge of $300. Suspension may occur for repeated offenses. Smoking is also very bad for you, so don't do it. Tip number 8, identifying yourself. It is important for all students who are asked to provide their proper name to any staff member as well as their timetable. Opposition to following the teacher's instructions may end up with a detention or a suspension. So make sure if you're in the hallway and a teacher asks for your name, that you give your name. Number 7, harassment and bullying. The school environment will have an atmosphere of respect, trust, and acceptance for all. So we do not tolerate physical, verbal, sexual, or psychological abuse or bullying, including cyberbullying. Consequences can include parental contact, contact with the police, suspension, or the suspension of your Active Directory school login or your Wi-Fi. Tip 6, hats are permitted in classrooms at the teacher's discretion. Hoodies are not allowed in the school. That's a security and a safety concern. Hoodies may not be worn in the school. If you wear your hoodies repeatedly, then you'll be asked to change your shirt, and we may take you to the clothing room to find a different shirt if that's a problem. Tip 5, study period. If you're on a spare, you must be in the library or the cafeteria or out of the school. The hallway is not the place for you to be during your spare. Number 4, dress code. Students are to dress in a business casual-like manner. I know that it gets warm in the school for sure at the beginning and the end of the year, but it's not the beach, it's not the mall, it's school. So we reserve the right to determine appropriate dress for the school setting. If you're wearing clothing that is deemed to be inappropriate, You may be taken to the clothing room to find something more appropriate. You may be asked to find other suitable clothing or asked to go home and change. Clothing that hides your face, has inappropriate language or graphics, including drug, alcohol, or tobacco promotion, is not allowed in school. That includes backpacks that promote alcohol or drugs. Sunglasses are not to be worn in the school, or hoodies. Tip number 3. We are part of a community, and so our students are expected to stay off the road in front of and behind the school and off all private properties surrounding the school. You need to be mindful of your language and your behavior while you're outside the school because you represent Voden to our community. Littering and loud or offensive music are not allowed in the areas around the school. Progressive discipline will be followed, such as warnings, detentions, suspensions, and/or police involvement. Tip 2, cell phones. Cell phones are only to be used in the classroom at the teacher's discretion. It's the teacher's job and it's the teacher's right to determine when you use your cell phone in the class. Cell phones are not to be used during O Canada, not during exams and tests, or in change rooms. If you have any questions about cell phone use, please come and share with me, but teachers have the right to determine when you use your cell phone in the class. Be careful with your cell phone in school because it's a $500 piece of equipment. So if you leave it somewhere, there's no guarantee that you'll get it back. And the top tip is you need to be respectful of others. You need to respect yourself and your property and others in their property. And so in our hallways, we want you to be respectful of others. That means that you're not playing music that others can hear, no skateboarding, no bouncing your basketballs. Be respectful and appropriate in the hallways as you are meeting your friends and colleagues in school. If you follow these 10 tips, and if you're looking for more information, they're in your handy dandy student handbook. You have a copy of this and it's on our website. Then we will get along just fine. Thanks.
My thanks to everyone again. Have a great start to the school year. Remember to refer to the Code of Conduct we just heard so much about. And now on with our regular announcements. Have a great day.